Hey audio friends, CJ here with Prodigy Creations, and today I'm going to be giving a detailed look at the SSL eChannel plugin by Waves. So this is a full channel strip plugin, which means basically it was modeled after a real analog console. The SSL 4000 console is where this idea comes from. So it has everything you need in one plugin. So you have EQ, compression, even a gate setting on here. So, that's pretty cool having all of this in one plugin so that you don't have to use separate plugins and, you know, waste time trying to find them and all that. But the really beneficial thing about this plugin and these types of plugins, analog plugins, the benefit of it is that it really forces you to rely more on your ears than your eyes. Because sometimes, let's be honest, if we're using an EQ that looks more like this that I have on my screen, obviously it's way more visual than what you have here with just knobs. You know what I mean? Especially when you have different bands and, all that. It gets tricky. Sometimes you look at this and it looks good, so you want to think it sounds good. Just weird psychological things going on when you're mixing. So the benefit of a plugin like this, where it's reminiscent of an analog console, and it's not as visual, not as sexy, but that's good because it'll force you to use your ears more so than your eyes. So that's a big benefit of this plugin. I'm going to be diving more into it a little bit and show you what I used it for. And if at any point during the video you'd like to check out this plugin for yourself, I will provide a direct link down below in the video description. So this is the project that I have pulled up right now. This is a beat remake I'm working on. I'll give you a little listen. Alright, so that's my attempt at a remake of Save Your Tears by The Weeknd. It's still in its early development, and I know it kind of sounds like a bootleg at this point, but I'm still working on it, so try not to judge me too hard. But back to the SSL plugin. I actually use this SSL plugin on my kick and snare tracks in this song. And instead of putting them on the kick and snare channels individually, I just decided to use a return track, and that way I could send both of the kick and snare to that return track. As you can see, I got them both sent to C. Yes, this is the snare track. There we go. Got them both sent to C, which is going here. So they're both being sent into this return track and hitting the SSL eChannel plugin. So I'll play the track back again, and I'll keep the SSL on. Then at some point I'll take it away so you can really see what it's adding to those tracks. And remember, it's on the kick and the snare channels. So to be honest with you, I really didn't do that much in this particular instance. I did like 2 EQ moves, and I did add a little compression as well. So basically, I just wanted the kick and snare both to pop out more. And so I went to this high-mid channel, this is the EQ section of the plugin. So I went to this high-mid frequency channel and boosted somewhere around 6K. I felt that really brought the top of the snare in. I really like the pop that it brings out in the snare. And so I made that move for that. And then the only other EQ move I did was I went down to the low frequency channel. I switched this to bell because automatically both this one and the high frequency channels are set as a shelf boost. So it would look more like this here on this EQ down here. That's what it would look like, but you can switch it to bell, which would make it like that. So that's what I did to the low frequency channel, and I boosted around 54 hertz, boosted it a little bit to up the kick. And so this is what that did. So I got more beef from the kick, I got more pop from the snare. That's all I really wanted to do with the EQ, but there is obviously more sections on here. You have a low pass filter and a high pass filter. So again, if we go down to this EQ over here, this is what your high pass filter would look like. And if we did want to add a low pass filter, it's the opposite basically. So you have both of those options here on top. And again, you have a high frequency channel, a high mid, a low mid, and a low frequency channel. So it is only a 4-band EQ technically. So it's a lot more limited than something like this or whatever DAW you may use, whatever stock plugin they have for EQ. This is probably going to be a lot more limited than what you're used to, but that's also kind of another benefit, is that it helps you make less decisions and therefore more accurate decisions too. So that's the EQ section. You also have a compression setting. You can change the ratio, the threshold, and the release of it. And there is also this fast attack switch that you can turn on if you want a faster attack. So this is what I got out of the compressor. And this is what it would have sounded like before. Again, I didn't do anything too extreme with the settings. That's all I really did, was touch the compressor a little bit, and I made 2 EQ moves. Other than that, I didn't use the full functionality of this plugin. But you also do have a gate setting on here. You can change, if you want, the SSL E channel to hit the EQ section first or the compressor section first with these buttons. And you have an analog feature on here that, when engaged, is supposed to give more of an authentic analog sound, so maybe more warm, more like humming. But other than that, that's pretty much the basics of this plugin. It's a very iconic plugin because it's based off of a very iconic recording console that has been used on many, many records. So yeah, it's really good. If you're interested in learning more about the SSL eChannel plugin, I will provide a direct link to the plugin in this video description. It is an affiliate link, and simply by clicking on it, you'll be supporting me in a big way. So thank you to everybody willing to do that for me. But when you're on that page, there will be a user manual that will have obviously a lot more information on this plugin. You can get into the real nitty-gritty of this plugin if you wanted to. If you're new to my channel, I offer a 100% free gift to new visitors. It's the Simple Guide to Recording Music Now in 5 Steps or Less. It's just a free ebook that I offer new visitors to my website, to anybody who may be interested in beginning to make music but don't really know where to start. That's where my free ebook comes in for you, my friends. I'm going to give it to you for free if you visit prodigycreationsnow.com and sign up for your free ebook. If there's any questions you may have about this plugin, feel free to ask me down below in the comment section. But other than that, guys, this is CJ from Prodigy Creations. Thank you so much for watching. Happy creating.